Hey kids, let me introduce you to the finals. An FPS shooter game where rearranging your characters and enemy by morphing your innards into coins, making your character into a walking piggy bank is considered normal. If I were to describe the finals, it would be playing Russian roulette with a bunch of random pills, and the consumption of an illegal amount of magic mushrooms, giving you this level of ecstasy, causing you to black out and wake up to this fever dream filled with UFOs and orbital lasers chasing you, like that one guy in Disneyland. With that said, let us begin. There are two modes which I would gladly not talk about in the finals, as I only play the tournament to make myself have this stigma level of grind set, making myself feel better as a coping mechanism. As I like to think that tournament will enable me to dodge some Chinese hacker, which of course I was wrong. Who would have thought that queuing up in the competitive side of the game would place you with all the hackers in the server? Anyways, what's so good about the finals, you ask? The gameplay of the finals is like a battle royale game. However, you're tasked with stealing coins like a loot goblin, only in search of coins, deforming you into this rat-based organism, with other rats, such as you, trying to steal your coins before you deposit them into your bank account, which is as hard as walking around in the city of London with a Rolex in the middle of the night without getting stabbed, which is essentially maxing out the difficulty by 24%. In the world of the finals, you're a clone, violating the Geneva Convention due to having access to some unconventional utilities, like using some green smelly gas in not one but two ways, via mines and grenades, both of which are pretty good in my books, which in hindsight sounds inhumane, but I digress. If that doesn't suit your taste, how about explosives? C4, frag grenades are at your disposal, both of which can and will put holes in your enemies in a 1 meter radius and blast your limbs into the sky while turning them into this meat-based spaghetti, which I can assure you does not taste nor sound delicious. Still not convinced? How about a RPG, which is definitely balanced by the way, and not broken whatsoever? Did I mention it blows holes into buildings? And to add on, civilian buildings? If that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. Because that certainly catches my attention, especially the thought of dropping warheads on civilian buildings without being labeled a terrorist, which does sound pretty enticing, but that's hopefully just me. Much like every single FPS shooter, there are classes in the finals, which in my opinion are not balanced in any way. If you see your team with two lights, lucky you, cause you just got yourself a VIP express ticket to Pound Town. Like your team will just get pounded on by some masculine gigachads in the game. Playing as a midget, you're fast as fuck and an annoyance giving aneurism to whoever who opposes you. The weapons you have access to are pretty good. For example, the silenced pistol, throwing knives, and swords. And maybe the sniping rifle. Personally, I don't find joy in standing on a roof shooting once in the blue moon in a fast-paced shooter game. The skills of the light class are pretty enjoyable, like the grappling hook, which can give you a fast, easy escape, or the dash skill, which makes you hard to aim at. Maybe the invisibility cloak, which when paired with swords, daggers, or a shotgun, makes you hated by whoever you kill. Speaking of swords and knives, there seemed to be a fluctuation in the sword and knives economy in the finals. I don't know what you psychopaths are thinking, but the thought of bringing a knife to a gunfight does sound unfair. However, that being said, I have encountered some of you melee users that straight up massacred me on multiple occasions. So props to you fucking legends. Next up, mediums. This class is the balance of both worlds. You're basically the jack of all trades. You got more HP than a midget, but slightly slower, which is fine. I would say it's pretty good unless you're a Riot Shield user. We all hate Riot Shield users here, and if you do like Riot Shield users, you must be the very fun guy in the party, man. Like, holy shit. Anyways, mediums are also Team Fortress 2 Medic or Engineer, because you can heal using the Healing Ray, making you into a pocket medic for the heavy class, and make them semi-immortal. Alternatively, you could just use the Sentry, which is the most fall asleep strategy, where you just put the Sentry to just guard the objective, and your enemies will probably get cancer just trying to push objectives. Also, you have access to gas grenades and mines, or explosive mines if you like, and a jump pad for mobility. I personally love the gas mines paired with the sentry because it makes you a literal god of defending positions. Also, I'm just saying this, but if any of you are running medium, please bring a defibrillator because it's very useful. Finally, heavies. These are the big boys, the chunguses, the behemoths, the circularly gifted, the golems. These guys have the highest amount of HP. They also bring the most amount of explosives and have the access to the holy grail of all utilities, the RPG. Truly, the most fascinating invention known to mankind. Why bother using it to blow up tanks when you can aim it at a running midget and turning their body into this human equivalent of tomato soup? If you were to ask anyone what the finals is like in a ranked game, they'll probably think of this, with one medium with a healing ray probably. This ultimate wombo combo will put you into a fucking coma. To most, getting manhandled in this situation by huge masculine men is not desirable. I, for one, happen to fall into that category. However, as much as I would like to not be in such situations, they simply just drop the soul. Heavies are just simply that good. The arsenal of the heavies are more destructive than all the classes. They have a skill that runs people over, or a Hawk Smash, which does decent damage, a Reinhardt Shield from Overwatch, which is pretty good for shielding your teammates. They also happen to have a Lewis gun that's basically an AK-47 but upgraded, a grenade launcher that most true light classes like their kit, which mind you, they are. And also, they have a flamethrower, which turns all enemies visible to you into uncooked steak, changing your worldview on a psychological level. Me personally, I like my steak charred around the edges. The flamethrower also quote unquote counters gas mine or nades. I say quote unquote because it makes the gas explode quite literally and non metaphorically, which is good because you remove the gas. The bad thing is you probably blew yourself up. The finals is a team-based game, so get some friends to play with you, eliminating the possibility of encountering two light players in your matches, as light mains have a tendency to going solo bolo and just disappear for the rest of the game. But some of you light mains are gonna say, oh no, you're just bad at light, your movement probably sucks, or your aim is bad. Shush, peasant. The HP is dog shit, and you'll most probably get shitted on by heavies. Sure, you might get some night users that are suspected with aimbot doing 360 no scopes with a sniper rifle, hitting hits left and right. But my guy, the probability of that happening is like winning a lottery without buying the lottery ticket. And that's all I have to say about the finals. These are just my take on the game. Do not find my fucking house address. Personally, I had a shit ton of fun. Feel free to start a heated argument in the comments section. I personally do not care. And I'll see you guys another time. Let me know what other games I should play. Now it's time for me to sleep. Oh yeah, I stream on Twitch. Link in the description below. Don't expect me to answer your texts. And that's it.